Hey VC, Spencer back finally with another video. It's been ages and ages. No real excuse, just haven't gotten around to making a video. Anyway, tonight I want to show just a few things. I've been going nuts buying stuff way more than I should, as I know most of you can relate to. But I just thought I'd show the highlights from the last few months. I think it's been about 5 or 6 months since I've done this. So I'm going to show a few used things and then jump to some of my favorite new records that I've gotten in the last little bit. So just a few used ones. A while ago I picked up a 7-inch single by the band from England called Magazine, kind of a post-punk, post-rock band, I guess, for lack of a better term. They were big in the they were most prolific, I guess, in the late 70s, early 80s, and this is their first album, Secondhand Daylight, which after I found the 7-inch, I thought I have to get this album. And a friend of mine decided to sell his whole vinyl collection. Yeah, I know, I can't understand it either, but he did. And luckily for me and several of my friends, we were able to pick up a bunch of stuff. It was the politest stampede I've ever seen. So anyway, Secondhand Daylight, he had the used copy of this. It is definitely loved, but it's in actually pretty decent shape. The record plays fine. And it's pretty ahead of its time. If you're into bands like Joy Division and Wire and kind of stuff of that vein, then definitely check this out because it is really good. Just actually last week, my main store in town had some Iron Maiden records, and I'm always on the lookout for original Iron Maiden records. I didn't actually own this yet. Well, I have it on tape actually, but I didn't have it on vinyl, so it's awesome to get this. And it does have the original insert as well, which is very cool. Awesome picture of the boys there. Awesome to finally have this. And then he also I had this, but this is actually an upgrade copy of Number of the Beast. It's in both sleeve and record are in excellent condition, although it is missing the just gonna turn it down just a little bit. It is unfortunately missing the inner liner with all the photos, but I do have a copy of that in my beat up copy had that for some reason. Although it's not in the greatest of shape, but and then the same day that I got a few used records from my friend, there was a new record store that just opened up across the street from where he was selling, and I just walked in because I had some time to kill, and I found this. If You Have Ghost. I've been looking for this and I haven't been able to find it, so it was awesome to finally find this. And I gotta say, the first side of this record is amazing. The second side is just, well, Secular Haze, which is obviously their song, live, and then one other song, which is okay, but the side A, If You Have Ghosts, I'm a Marionette, and Crucified, all covers, and all great songs. So this is very cool, and the artwork done in the style of the movie Nosferatu is very cool. And we are listening to, as you can see up here, the new Opeth. My vinyl finally came after ordering it back in June. It's now mid-September and it's finally here. I'm very happy with it. No issues to report. Sounds great. I know people have been kind of complaining about the production sounding flat. on the CD, and I actually kind of noticed that too. But maybe it's just me, but I don't really notice that on the vinyl. So be interested to hear if anyone else finds that, if they have both. I know several people have bought the pre-order box set as well as ordered the vinyl. And I have the box set right there, which did come at the end of August. So I've listened to it, but I've been kind of holding out because I wanted to kind of get the proper feel for it on the vinyl, because I think it sounds quite a bit different and way better on vinyl, but that's just me. So anyway, moving on to some other new stuff. This is Electric Citizen, Saltine. This is their debut album, and I don't know a whole lot about this band. They're on Riding Easy Records, which they used to be Easy Rider. I don't know if there was some conflict lawsuit thing going on there, but if anyone knows, that'd be interesting. And they're from the US, but I can't remember where, probably California or somewhere like that. Anyway, this is good. It's just, 70s rock with female vocals. Lots of bands doing this thing right now, but this is definitely a good one, worth picking up if you find it. And then I jumped and grabbed all the Kyuss reissues. This one I actually got from my local store, but it is the new reissue. This is Blues for the Red Sun, and I think this might be my favorite. This is such an awesome record. If you haven't heard Kyuss or you haven't heard this album, definitely pick it up, listen to it, download it, whatever you gotta do. It's awesome. And then right on the heels of Blues is Sky Valley, their second album, also amazing. Or is this the third? I can't remember now. Demon Cleaner is probably my favorite song on this album. And for those of you who don't know, this is Josh Holmes' first band, or his first big band anyway. He might have been doing stuff before this, but this is the band that everyone thinks of when they think of him, other than Queens of the Stone Age. So yeah, awesome. And in my opinion, way better band. I mean, Queens of the Stone Age are good, don't get me wrong. The first couple albums are great up until Songs for the Deaf. All good stuff, but Kyuss just blows them out of the water. Technically and just a lot more interesting, heavier. This is, it's definitely stoner rock, although desert rock is what it's kind of in its own genre now. And then this is their last album, And the Circus Leaves Town. So I'm only missing their first album, Wretch, which I'll probably pick up at some point. And this one's good. It's definitely a really solid album. It's got some great songs on it, but it's maybe not as solid as the other two that I just showed. But still really awesome. Anything by this band is worth getting. So, apologize if I'm going fast, but just want to get through and actually finish the video for once. Because I have done a couple and just not posted them for various reasons. So, huge fan of this band. Cave In, Jupiter, this is their masterpiece. It's an amazing... Yes, as I was saying, Cave In I'm not really sure what their status is right now. I think they're on again, off again. They were a hardcore band. They put out a couple of albums, one of which I highly recommend, called Until Your Heart Stops. I have it on CD, the vinyl is quite pricey. Needs to be reissued. Anyway, yeah, and then they decided to go to ditch the hardcore thing, and I guess, yeah, post-hardcore is what I would classify it. This is on pretty translucent clear vinyl. But yeah, they ditched the hardcore thing, did this, and it's an amazing record all around. highly recommend it. Check this out. Always adding to my Electric Wizard collection. What you call it today? This is one of the more recent ones. I can't remember the order they go in, but anyway. Not a gatefold though, which is slightly annoying. And the pictures in the liner are not safe for work, as I'm sure you guys know what Electric Wizard is all about. And this is also on clear vinyl. I'm basically just showing this because I'm very excited for the new album. Cannot wait. I have heard both the songs that they've released. They're going to be on it. Saw the video for Sato Witch, which is very creepy and cool, and really looking forward to this new album. I think it's gonna blow away the last couple of albums that they put out. Not that I didn't like them, I did. I like everything I've heard by them. I have 6 of their albums right now, so far. I think I'm only missing a couple, and I know they've got lots of 7-inch singles and stuff out, but I don't go out of my way to collect those, and if I find them, I'll grab them. Yeah, so just a couple more. The last 2 are 2 records that are definitely going to be in my top 10 list for 2014. First is, I forgot what it was, Paul Bearer, Foundations of Burden. Still trying to decide if I like that artwork. It's definitely grown on me. When I first saw it, I hated it, but I think I'm coming around to it. But this is really nice. It's embossed cover, kind of a matte finish on the sleeve, and then it's got this pretty freaky giant gatefold of a dude ascending to some other plane, I guess. And this album kicks ass. It's doomy. Yeah, I mean they're a doom band, but it's got almost some post. I don't know why I keep looking over there. It's got maybe some post rock going on. It's just really, really good, and there's not much to show there. Profound Lore Records. This is their second album. The first album's amazing too, as I'm sure most of you know. Anyway, I highly recommend this. Like I said, it's going to be in my top 10, maybe even my top 5 of 2014. I love that album. And I think this album, I'll mention this, I'll talk about it briefly at the end, but, and then the other one that would definitely be on my top 10, top 5 actually, yeah, I am absolutely loving this album, and this band, and of course it's Mastodon, Once More Around the Sun. And everyone showed it and talked about it, but this artwork, sorry for the glare, this artwork is absolutely amazing, as all their artwork always is. I mean, there's not much to say about this that hasn't already been said. I think it's great. I really, really love it. I don't have any issues really, except, and I know several people have mentioned this, the song Aunt Lisa is kind of a weird one, and it's got the chant thing that comes out of nowhere at the end that many people have mentioned. Just doesn't seem to fit. It's cheesy in my opinion, why they stuck it in there. It's like it was a favor to a friend or a bet they lost. I don't know. I would like to know what the deal is there, because it is pretty weird. Other than that, really, really solid album. Is it as good as Hunter, which I personally love, and I didn't at first, but now I can't get enough of that album. I've gone back to it and listened to it several times recently after getting this, and it is a great album. I probably will eventually enjoy this as much when I'm not completely familiar with all the songs yet, but when I am, I think I will probably enjoy it as much as I enjoyed and do enjoy The Hunter, but it is also a really great album. So top 5 of 2014, definitely. And that's what I gotta say about that. So this is getting way too long now, I'm sure, so I will wrap it up. With the magic of editing, it will be a bit shorter. So yeah, just got this today in the mail. It's the first time I've listened to the vinyl. Like I said, I have the box set behind me there, and so I have listened to it a couple of times, but I wanted to kind of save it for the vinyl, because I knew that the vinyl would sound better, and I already talked about this. But I gotta say, you know, listening to this record, I like it, and I may even like it more than Heritage, their last album. I think I kind of like the progressive metal stuff a bit more. That's just me, and you know, I know most people would agree probably. But having said that, I love this band. I love Opeth. I saw them last summer, and I think anything they do, I'll be into it, because you know, I know that it's honest music. They're doing what they want creatively. Musicianship is all there, and it's just interesting, different. You don't hear a lot of bands doing this kind of thing these days. You know, there's a few big ones like Rush and Dream Theater, I guess, and you know, there's other bands that are similar, but none are quite like Opeth. They are definitely an original. Like Mastodon too. I mean, they have their own thing, their own sound, and they're always kind of pushing it and seeing what other directions they can take it. And I feel like Opeth and Mastodon are on a kind of a similar path. You know, where I'm not saying they sound similar, they don't, but they just you know, they have similar integrity. They do their own thing. You know, they both recently kind of made fairly large changes in their sound. Both bands, the last 2 records, have had the newer sound with Heritage and Pale Communion, and Hunter and Once More Around the Sun, respectively. So, you know, I think there's something to be said for that, because you don't get that these days. There's a lot of cookie-cutter bands. Hey, I'm ranting, sorry. Anyway, artwork, yeah, it's okay. It definitely looks way better on the vinyl than it does on the CD. I don't think the card pictures were there, or they were tiny maybe on the CD, I can't remember now. But this is, you know, this actually looks pretty good, and yeah, people complained about the obvious Photoshop job, but I don't think it looks that bad on the vinyl version. You know, the fake ray of light is maybe a bit much, but it's still, it's a cool idea. Maybe it could have been executed a little bit better, but overall, this is a really solid album, and one that's definitely going to grow on me the more I listen to it. And I think I've said enough, so I'm going to stop talking. And yeah, post comments if you feel inclined, and hopefully I will do the next video shorter time span than 5 or 6 months. So thanks for watching, BC, and see you soon.